Out of every 100 times a woman swipes on Tinder, she'll get about 10 matches. On the other hand, out of every 100 times a man swipes on Tinder, he won't even get one match. He will get less than one match. Think about swiping right on Tinder 100 times to not even get one match. This is the reality of the modern man. Here's another crazy stat. 15% of men match with 90% of the women on these dating apps. That means that if you're average, you're going to get left behind. So if you've ever used a dating app, chances are you've struggled a little bit. Now, bro, I'm not trying to brag whatsoever, but in my life, I've never struggled with dating apps. They were always so easy for me. Like, depending on the area I was in, I would get upwards of 100 matches a day. But this is just proof, bro. Like, this stat is so true, and female nature can be brutal, except if you're in the top percent of men. That's when you'll see a side of women you have never seen before. But all of these guys in the top percent of men, they all have this one thing in common. They have a good, muscular, lean physique. Keyword lean. Their physique appeals to the female gaze. It's not a male gaze, big bodybuilder look. It appeals to the female gaze. So a key word, bro, it is a lean physique. And these top guys who are crushing it on dating apps all have a lean physique. V-taper. They have a V-taper physique. Broad shoulders, narrow waist, big biceps, veins everywhere. You know, they just look aesthetically pleasing to the female eye. But on the other hand, women know how to use their body to attract and seduce men. I mean, they've been doing this forever. They know how to captivate our attention and attraction and sort of get us like lusting over them. Think of a woman with an hourglass figure. We are physically attracted to her just because of how she looks physically. Now, the face card could be a 5 out of 10, but because that body is so freaking attractive, we will be lusting after her. Like, we will literally be so physically attracted to her just because of her body, even if she's sort of ugly in the face. If she has that hourglass shape, ooh, this is primal desire. Notice how we can't control it. You know, us as guys, we just have this primal urge to, if we see a girl who has a nice body, we like it. But hear me out. The same thing is true with women. Whenever they see a guy with a V-taper, a solid lean physique, it sparks that primal desire, that desire that she cannot control. Forget this lie you've been told all your life. Women don't care about your body. Women don't care about your muscles. They only care about the type of car you drive and how much money you have. Yeah, bro, now you're her fat husband who she doesn't even want to have sex with. Now she goes out for girls' night to be surrounded by guys who she's actually sexually attracted to. She wants attention from them, not you, because you neglected your own body. This is called the dual mating strategy. Now, women will prefer a long-term partner for that stability, that sort of comfort, right? But deep down, she will be physically desiring a man who sparks that primal desire. She will desire that other guy just for his good genes. You really have to look at this from an evolutionary standpoint. What is the purpose of a relationship? It's reproduction. So in order for her to find a good mate, she needs to look at his genes. And if a guy is tall, broad shoulders, lean, narrow waist, he has good genes, she wants to reproduce with him. She will always want to reproduce with the most genetically superior man, not a guy with freaking love handle flabs and, you know, a triple chin. But this brings me to point number one, and that is women will want you even if they have a boyfriend. Let me tell you guys a little story. I had this girl and she was sort of like my sneaky link. We would see each other like once a month and we knew what time it was. We just, you know, hung out with each other when it was time to do the deed, and then after that, we were both on our way. We never hung out besides that. Well, there was this one time whenever we hooked up, and then after, we were just chilling, talking, and she asked me, Hunter, can you give me some advice? So I'm like, okay, sure, like, what's up? And she goes on a tangent about how she likes this guy and how they go to church together, and he is the sweetest thing ever. And she even said that whenever he was sick, like 2 days before, she went to his house and brought him medicine and like physically took care of this dude while he was sick. All of this stuff, right? And I'm sitting here thinking, what the fuck? I mean, we literally just got done hooking up, still putting on our clothes, and she's telling me, ranting to me about her future boyfriend. So I just asked her, if you're talking to this guy, like, why did you want to see me? And this is what this girl told me. Hand on the Bible. I will never forget this. She said, you're good for what I need you for. Bro, what the fuck? So I said, what do you mean? And she said, yeah, me and blank, let's call him Colin. Me and Colin are taking things slow. We haven't had sex yet, and he's super religious, and I'm respecting him for that. Bro, this girl literally just did the deed with me. Like, did the deed with me, but she's saying how she respects this guy who she likes, this sweetheart. So long story short, she told me that she finds me more sexually attractive than him, and she uses me whatever that meant, for the sexual purposes only. But she also mentioned that he was on the heavier side. But this was the last time I ever hung out with this girl. I hold myself to a higher standard than, messing with girls who are talking to a guy. So yeah, I cut it off after this. But dude, this is the most brutal form of female nature that you will ever experience. And I got to witness it firsthand. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? Dude, I had like known about female nature prior to this, but this was just a whole nother experience that really opened my eyes to see how brutal this shit could be. I mean, her man is was literally sick 2 days ago, and she was sitting there bringing him medicine, bringing him food, and then she's calling me up to go beat the cheeks in 2 days later. This is insane. But it all boils down to one thing. She was more physically attracted to me. She had that primal desire to me. But you'll see it for yourself whenever you optimize your body and you get that truly shredded physique. You're gonna experience this. And for my guys who have a lot of experience with women, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You will see a side of women that most guys never get to experience. You'll be at the gym working out, and then this couple will walk in, a dude and his girlfriend, and you'll notice that the girlfriend just keeps side-eyeing you. You're doing bicep curls, just trying to get your workout in, and she's like, coming in your vicinity, going to get water at the same time as you, and she's just staring at you. But she has a boyfriend, giving you so many choosing signs. But like we mentioned earlier, she cannot control her raw attraction for you. Her raw primal desire for that lean, muscular physique. It's not gonna go away just because she has a boyfriend. I need you guys to realize this. Attraction is not logical. So logically speaking, yes, of course, she has a boyfriend. She should be loyal to him. He should be the only guy in the world that she's attracted to, on paper, right? Logically. But on her monkey brain level, she's like, ugh. On her cave woman level, she's like, ugh, abs, I want to fuck. They're the same way as us. We see, ugh, booty, I want to fuck. Women are the same way with a lean, shredded physique. You need to understand this. Dude, there was this one time me and my boy were at the beach and we're just walking. We had been drinking a little bit. We were just walking on the beach and we see these two older women, probably like 50 years old, maybe like 45. And we walk up to them and we start talking it up, just getting to know them, blah, blah, blah. And they kept on saying how we were trouble. Y'all are gonna get us in trouble. And they kept saying how we look so strong. You know what that means. So me and my boy, being who we are, some knuckleheads, we asked them if they wanted to meet up later at the bar. So we're trying to like bag some MILFs here. So after we had asked them to meet up at the bar, they go, yeah, we would love to, but there's only one thing. We're married. We have husbands. Dude, like imagine if her husband heard her saying these things about us. Like imagine if he saw his sweet little bride telling these 21-year-old kids that we're trouble and we look so strong with our little abs. And she would love to come to the bar with us, but she has a husband. Imagine how that man would feel if he heard his wife saying this. The point is, dude, women cannot control this attraction. Doesn't matter if she has a boyfriend, a husband, anything. They can't control this attraction. She will always desire the physically superior man. Now, you should never use this to fuck up relationships or split up homes or, cause a divorce or anything like that. But just know that you have the ability to do so. That's how powerful having a shredded, lean physique is. Dude, most guys roaming around are obese, they're fat. And especially these husbands and boyfriends, they get comfortable in a relationship with their girl. They let themselves go. They slowly stop hitting the gym. They slowly start eating too many Doritos, too many honey buns. Next thing you know, he was once that shredded guy whenever he got into the relationship, but now he has love handles. Now he has a triple chin. Now she doesn't have that raw attraction, that primal monkey attraction to his physique. So what does she do? Whenever she's at the gym, now she starts giving Chad and Tyrone a few more side eyes. Now, whenever she's at the beach with her friends, she will entertain a conversation with the two muscular young bucks walking around. This is the power of having a shredded physique. It unlocks some crazy shit on a primal level that they can't control. If you're enjoying this video so far, I really encourage you to join the Attraction Academy. I have a step-by-step process on how to attract and retain the woman of your dreams, literally step-by-step. Also have a step-by-step process in how I built my own physique, walking you through exactly the steps that I did, how to track your calories, how to do all this stuff that took my physique from being to being pretty solid. Link down below. But point number 2, you will have bigger balls. Not literally, but your confidence is going to fucking skyrocket. Like through the roof. You will have stupid, insanely high amounts of confidence. And confident men are like a drug to women. Everybody says to get women, it's, oh, just be confident, bro. Just be confident. Fake it till you make it. Bro, when I tell you getting shredded changed the way I walk, how I talk, how I felt about myself, everything. And this was pretty eye-opening for me because all my life I've been pretty confident, right? But it was after I got shredded that I reached a fucking delusional level of confidence. Like I shouldn't have been that confident. Or I guess I shouldn't be this confident. Whenever I got shredded, it took my confidence to another level. If I was at a 7 out of 10 confidence before, whenever I had that six pack and big biceps, it took my confidence to an 11 out of 10. Like delusional level of confidence. Nobody could tell me shit. But when you look different than the people around you, you start to feel different about yourself. And this changes how women perceive you. If you know female nature, you know that women are energy and vibe oriented. So your energy and vibe about yourself, how you feel about yourself is going to directly correlate to how she feels about you. She will always reciprocate the energy you have about yourself to you. Does this make sense? So if you feel like you're this guy with supreme confidence, that's going to directly translate into how you can hold eye contact with a girl. Not being scared to physically escalate. Not being scared to cold approach a random girl walking at the mall. Everything. So if your self-belief changes, she's going to feel this. She will see you and perceive you and label you as the confident guy. Maybe even the asshole. Because now you have this physique that is better than everybody else's. And now you have the confidence to go on top of that. It's like this endless, like infinite level feedback loop that is just so positive for you, and your confidence will snowball and skyrocket. But when you're fat, it's hard to be confident. You go to the pool, you got to keep your shirt on because you don't want to show off your man boobs. But whenever you're shredded, confidence just comes with that. Point number 3, and the last point I have for you guys today, physical escalation becomes easy. So whenever you get shredded, you're going to notice it is so much easier for you to physically escalate with a woman. Well, number 1, because she will naturally start to touch you more, kind of like throw herself at you. And number 2, because you're not insecure about getting physical. You're now like kind of eager to rip off your shirt and like show her what you got. You know what I mean? You're not shying away from physical intimacy because of insecurity. So a lot of guys might get met with some friction whenever they try to physically escalate with a woman. But I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're hot enough, there will be no friction. And a lot of you guys haven't experienced this. But it's the truth. If you're hot enough, there will be zero friction. There was this one time for Halloween, I was dressed up as this prisoner, and me and my friends went to this bar, and dude, within literally 5 seconds of walking into the bar, I was just making out with this random girl. This random girl approached me and like grabbed me and physically started to aggressively make out with me, tongue and all. And she automatically starts tonguing me down. Like, what the hell? But the point of the story is for you to realize that women have lust too. You just need to know how to appeal to it. Women have lust too, bro. And oftentimes women are more horny than us. Women are more eager to get physical than us. But you just need to know how to appeal to a woman's sexual desires. And the first step is to getting lean and getting ripped. You can go to the gym all you want. You can pack on all this muscle, but if you eat like shit, it's not gonna matter because you don't have the cuts that women really look for. You don't have that six pack, right? And the truth is, bro, lifting weights is the easy part. The hard part is dieting down and having that discipline. So whenever you're shredded, you have this outward display of discipline, okay? But that's a side tangent. But I'm telling you right now, if you're shredded, not just fit, not just okay, if you're shredded and you have sex with a woman, she will never forget you. Really listen to what I'm saying. She will never forget you. This is called a sexual imprint. And I can guarantee you this, if you have abs, if you have a big chest, veins running through your forearms, big biceps, and you hooked up with this girl in the past, she will be thinking of you. Every time she's having sex with her future husband, she will be closing her eyes and thinking of you, thinking of the time she hooked up with the ripped guy. I'm telling you right now, because you sparked that raw primal desire. Nobody else could top that raw primal desire that you tapped within her. But just because of your physique, that's how rare this shit is, bro. She will always think back to the time whenever she hooked up with the ripped guy. She will never forget you. So all in all, man, getting shredded will really open your eyes. Open your eyes to your full potential, open your eyes to female nature, and it will open up doors for you when it comes to attracting women. Doors that you never thought would open up. Getting shredded unlocks that. If you guys enjoyed this video, man, smash the like button. Don't forget to drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Subscribe if you enjoy it, man. But that's all I got. Peace.